Hi everyone, I'm Johan from Sela Music, and today we'll be restringing a classical guitar. Just a few notes, things that you will need: wire clippers or string clippers, a string winder to help you tune that guitar. Then we've got a headstock stand here just so that you don't bump your very expensive antique classic guitar. And then a sponge and a cloth for cleaning strings, and some freight oil, just like the last video. If you guys have electric guitar and you'd like to see how to restring that, we do have quite a cool video on that one. You can watch that over here. So right now I'm gonna just get the setup done and I'll be with you in a moment. Okay, so the guitar is set up and we're ready to go. We're gonna zoom in so you get a better view of this, and I hope you guys enjoy. The addario strings that we'll be using are color coded. So I'm going to show you here. If you see here the red paint on that, here's the one with green paint, black paint. So it actually shows you, as you can see over here, which string, which color goes where. Just take note of that on your string packet. So first off, you want to make sure that you get the strings off, and this is a perfect opportunity to clean your guitar. Here are a few finger marks that I want to get off. I hope this comes off. Okay, so probably the most scary part of restringing a classical guitar is the knots that come at the sides here. We are going to take you through the process, step-by-step process on how to tie down your strings, and we'll make sure that it's as clear and concise as possible. Okay, so when you put the string in, make sure that you use the bendy part to tie the knot instead of this section. This one is a bit too hard to be bent around the way we're going to be using it, so make sure you use the springy side. Then you're going to make sure that you push the string through the bridge like this, and then make sure that you pull the end of the string to the edge of the body. This is going to allow you to have enough leeway to tie the knot down with. Okay, so you're going to take the string around like this, and then you want to push it underneath the string that you're holding like that. Okay, pull that through. Then when you have it at this stage, you're gonna take the tail of the string, push it through underneath the loop that you just made, creating like almost a loop like this. Then we're gonna take the string as it is now, the tail of it, pull it over and under one more time. Okay, and that is our first knot done right there. So what you want to do now is you want to make sure that while holding the tail of the string and the end that I'm holding here, I'm going to pull tight and winch it against the bridge of the guitar. Just like that. And there we go. First string is done. You need to make sure that when you tie down the string, that the tail of the string shows this way, in the case of the low E string. This is going to allow you to just do the whole restringing more efficiently. Cool. I just want to make sure I use the right strings, because if I use the wrong strings, the internet will ridicule me.
They really will.
Like, yo, this bro just put the G string on the A string, what the hell?
Them trolls.
Okay, so we survived the first part. I'm going to repeat how to do the knot in case I wasn't clear enough the first time. So we're going to push the A string down here, and from this camera angle you just want to make sure that the tail of the previous string you did goes over like that. That's going to help with tuning stability and intonation purposes. So like I said previously, you're going to pull the string to the edge of the body. Then when you get to that part, you're going to take the string over, then you're going to pull it from underneath like that, making a cross like this. Then you're going to push the string underneath your loop that you made. Now we have a circle right there, and then we're going to make a over and under one more time. Okay, so I've got a fully completed loop here. As you see, I'm holding each end of the string, and the tail of the previous string is looping through the previous string right here. So we're gonna tie each end like I did previously. And there we go. Easy as that. Make sure that when you pull it, it's wrenched against the bridge, just to make sure that the work that you did doesn't get lost. Okay, just another note here. Make sure that the tail of the previous string is going to get caught up in the loop that you're making. So in the case of what we're doing now, the E string's tail won't get caught up in the D string's loop, but the A string will. Make sure that every time the loop that you're making, the previous string's tail is caught up. So how this usually works is you want to make sure that you do the top three E, A, D first in that order, and then you're going to come down from the bottom here and do E, B, G in that order. I'm going to show you later why this is important, but for now, how you do the knot still stays the same, but instead of everything going down this way, it will obviously now go up this way. So I'm going to take, as I said, the string to the edge of the body here. I'm going to loop around to the inside of the guitar. Then when I have a cross here, I'm going to put it underneath my loop. And then when it's like this, take it over one more time. Okay, these are generally easier to tie down because they're thinner. And as you see, the tail of the string is now showing towards me, so it's showing this side, where the tail of the other strings was showing that side. You'll see why this is important later on. So when I get to the G string here, I'm going to do the exact same as I've done on the E and B strings. And basically all that we're going to do is we're going to make sure the tail end of the B string is going to loop up into the G string when I do it. So that's all the knots done. You will notice that the E, A and D string are tied into each other like this, and then the E, B and G string are tied into each other. There is a gap over here, over there, which you can see. It depends from person to person whether they like to do that or not. I haven't found that it makes any difference. Just a note, you do not want to cut off the tail ends of the strings at the bridge yet, because they could slip out still and then you've cut off part of the string without them being tied down. So don't do that just yet. Right now we are going to get into how to put them into the string post. With the neck being open like this, it's the perfect opportunity to get some fret oil in there. So it's pretty simple to use. You want to use just a little bit and pour it onto the sponge. When it's on the sponge, make sure that it's absorbed in there, and then you're just going to gently apply it to the fretboard. So now we're going to put in our first E string. You want to put the string in from the top. Make sure there's a little bit of a tail there. And yeah, you're just going to put it in just like that. Okay, so the only difference is where the E string was winding towards me, the A and the D string will be winding away from me, like I'll show you right now. Okay, So that's the first 3 strings done. Just a note, make sure that when you look at the knots at the end of the bridge that they're still tight, that they're not coming loose, and then also just check that you've winded the strings correctly, in the sense that the E string is winding towards you and the A and D is winding away from you. Okay, so we're gonna do the next few now. So the G string is going to be winding towards me, the same with the B string. This one is going to be winding away from me. What I'm going to do now is, you do not clip the ends of the strings before tuning, because the strings can slip. So tune the guitar first, and then only afterwards you clip the strings. I've learned that quite a few times. Now I'm just going to do my favorite part, which is clipping the ends of the strings off. It should be safe now, just make sure that the guitar is properly tuned before clipping. Okay, so the guitar is clipped, the strings are done. It takes quite a few attempts to get this whole process right, but I believe in you, you can do it. Yeah, it takes about 2 or 3 tries to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.